City Council approved an historic $5.9 billion budget for the upcoming year, the largest in city history. It includes a pay increase for civilian employees, programs to shelter people experiencing homelessness, new money for fire and EMS stations, and additional funding for the police department. Here to talk about all of that now is Councilmember Ryan Alter, who represents District 5 in South Austin. Councilmember, thank you for being here and taking the time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I do want to mention, before the vote, though, you did propose the city pulling roughly about $4 million from its reserves aimed at addressing things like homelessness and harm reduction. What prompted this move?
So what we decided, myself and some of my colleagues, was to maintain our reserve levels right where they were, not to go up, not to go down. And this was a recognition just of the need that is out there in the community. You touched on it. Too many people are sleeping under a bridge or in the woods. We have a lot of needs as it relates to some of our public safety departments. With this extra money, we are able to expand prevention, keep people in their homes, which is not only the cheapest way to address homelessness, but the most effective. We're able to get another fire cadet class so that firefighters can be able to have the time off to recover both physically and mentally. We were also able to do a program, expand, it's called MCOT, which is where instead of a police officer goes to someone who is having a mental health crisis, a mental health professional does. So these are all things that pay dividends, make our community safer and invest in people, and so that's why we felt it was really important to keep those reserves where they were so we could make these investments.
It seems that that move did come with a little bit of pushback, and I want to ask you about that. Some people say they're concerned this would mean only a one-time funding for these types of programs, while others noted these reserves are meant for a rainy day. How do you respond to those criticisms?
Absolutely. We have a historic amount of reserves right now. Just this past year, we raised our reserve level from 14% up to this 16.7%. So we have made sure that we as a city are financially sound and ready if there is a rainy day. But we also have to balance that with the needs of the community. And we can't put so much money in the bank account that we're not investing in our communities. And so that was the balance that we sought to strike here, and I believe we did.
Now, this budget means a typical Austin homeowner out there will see property taxes go up nearly $16 a month, and that does not include some additional increases from other rates and fees. What would you say to any of the people out there in the community who might say that the budget impacts affordability and their chances to pay the bills?
It's completely understandable. We are always trying to do everything we can to make it as affordable to live here as possible. That's why we put in over $120 million for affordable housing. But for individuals who, let's say, are 65 or older, are on a fixed income, we also increased the homestead exemption so that their property taxes wouldn't go up by that amount. So prices are going up. Everybody knows this when you go out, whether it's to buy your groceries or get services, it's more expensive. Same for the city. And so we are trying to balance those increased costs and deliver the services as efficiently as we can so that it isn't more expensive for people throughout the city.
We've been talking about the budget being able to pay for a number of things here in the city. Are there things that within the budget that you think Austinites should be excited about there?
Absolutely. So I was able to put forward a couple amendments that I'm really excited about and I think really stand to benefit our community. One was $50 million to acquire land throughout the community. As we are developing rapidly as a city, it's really important to balance that development with the green infrastructure, whether that's more parks or preventing flooding or just having space where people can go out and enjoy. I think it's also really important that we continue to address homelessness in the city. And as we touched on before, we put forward meaningful investments across the spectrum, whether it's someone trying to keep them in their home or someone who's been chronically homeless, to get them into that permanent supportive housing that allows their housing placement to be successful. And the list goes on and on. We have it's over a 1,000-page budget, but we first and foremost are investing in people, investing in the residents of this community, and so that's what I'm most excited about in this budget.
And people can read a lot more about the budget from our coverage of it on our website, kxan.com, but I think that will do it for now.
Absolutely.
Councilmember Ryan Alter, thank you as always.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we appreciate it.